Much of me too.
Yes, Everett?
Public comment time, yeah. But I would say leave it alone for now, then, if you think that it might run short.
That was some of the discussion that occurred yesterday, that it could run short, and I can see that it possibly could. We have 273 on hand right now, but
What would the penalty be if we took it out early, if we needed it, if we put it in a 6-month one?
I think, don't you just lose the interest from the month that you take it out? I mean, if we took it out in 4 months, you'd only get like three months of the interest, and but this interest, this is really bad.
Well, it's the nature of the beast right now. You're not gonna get any better. Or you might, that was a chemical bank one too, the village uses, it's a little better, but not much. It only costs you a lot of money to borrow.
Yeah. Well, maybe we ought to.
I don't have a problem with putting it in for 6 months, and then, you said it'd come out in August or September?
Well, if
We did it tomorrow.
if we need it before that, but I think 6 months, if she did it right now, it would be August before we could take it out with the full interest.
Well, at least we get something out of it. Even if when we needed it in 3, 4 months, we'd get something out of it.
September now.
We're not getting anything out of check.
Well, we got
What do we get right now, do you know, Jenny?
I have the bank statement here, it doesn't actually give us a percentage, but last month our interest earned was $9.16.
Yeah.
Looking at the bank statement, it doesn't actually tell me the percentage.
Excuse me, I was looking at January. We have 286,994 on hand at the present time, after the bills are paid tonight. So, you wanna go with 6 months on 150,000? Where do we wanna do it? Well, it's gonna
That
have to
sounds
be,
fine with me.
have to be citizens then, or did,
Well, what difference is it? We might as well get the .75, if we're gonna, if the withdrawals are for the same amount, you know, we
okay.
could.
Gotcha. Well, make a motion then.
I mean, if we put 150,000 in the Fifth Third Bank for, it says 8 months, but whatever it ends up being. Well,
I'm going with that.
Support?
Well, I support that.
Move and support that we invest $150,000 with Fifth Third Bank for 6 months, 8 months,
8 months.
at .75 interest. Is there any further discussion? Not? Roll call vote?
Siemens,
Yes.
Ott,
Yes.
Price,
yes.
Sinacrofi,
Yes.
McClellan,
Yes.
Stevens.
Yes.
Longoria.
Yes.
Okay. The other thing was the billing for fire runs. You know, we were working, Chief Pontac was working with Acumed to try to get a set up so they could do our fire billing for us, and our treasurer has offered to do that. It's not that much extra work for her, and I would add that we should say that she would do the billing, send out a second notice at 30 days, at 90 days, turn it over to Ann Arbor Credit. That would be my motion that I would make.
When you start your time, are you starting from the fire, or from when the first billing gets around to get sent out?
When she'd get the bill out. Yeah.
I'll second your motion,
Can you
Jenny.
clarify the motion, please?
That we have our treasurer bill for fire calls with a second notice sent out at 30 days, and turn it over to Ann Arbor Credit at 90 days. We had a big amount that was overdue for 2008, 2009, and she has sent out second notices to them all and has gotten, what'd you say, 6 checks back so far? $3,000. That's good. Okay, excuse me, that's
Motion's
beside the point.
clarified, is it got a second? I'll second.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Okay, is there any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Okay, I have the chief's report, it's gonna be the chief reporting for both tonight. Oh, we got reports.
Yeah. As far as on the ambulance side, since our last meeting from the 21st through the 23rd, we've had a total of 41 runs. Within that time, 25 were medical calls, 1 was a trauma, 9 of them were non-transport responses, and 6 of them were non-emergency transport. ALS came in for 22 of those calls, which was 53% of the calls. Due to the recommendations by the state inspection that we had last month, I'm going to be teaching a state certified driver's training class for our members coming up in April. And that'll make us compliant with the state. And also, I'm gonna invite the fire personnel to that too. That's about it on the ambulance side. Questions on that?
Questions on ambulance report?
As far as on the fire side, we had 8 runs for the month. We're up to 10 for the year on 127. Back in January there, we had a standby for Elsie at their fire hall. They were on a fire up in Ashley, I believe it was. And we covered up into, covered the county up into that area. On 210, we had an accident on Shepherdsville Road. 2-6, we had a car fire on Warren Road. On 210, we had a assist to the ambulance on a cardiac arrest. 210, we also had a house fire on South Main. 211, we had a lift assist with the ambulance. 222, we had another lift assist. And today we had a cardiac arrest with the ambulance. As far as things happening in the department, our ladder rack on our engine is now repaired and fully functional again. That it broke, so that's all repaired. We had our annual fireman's ball at the end of the month in January. It was a success. We all had a good time doing that. And we had to send, I guess it was 7. I have 5 down here. I apologize. 7 SCBA's to Argus Corporation for repair. There was like 3 or 4 of them that the heads-up displays were not working in those. So, and what we do is we have to do an annual check every year on the SCBA's, and we found those discrepancies and sent those for repair. And they're all back. Yeah, they're all back.
Didn't you give a nice donation to the parents?
Yes, we did. Yeah, we gave
Oh, yeah.
a donation from one of our raffles and stuff.
$1,047 for 10 days for
To bread.
That's good.
Yeah. So, and that's about it on the fire side. Any questions?
Yeah, if you write out SCBA one time for me, so I know exactly what that is.
Oh.
SCBA,
Self-contained breathing
Breathing
apparatus.
Yeah.
what's that again?
Self-contained
Breathing apparatus.
apparatus, yeah. Which is our air tanks.